Checking out Katana Zero's subreddit, you'll come across 1,000 posts asking about similar games to play. I took a peek at what other people suggested and handpicked the ones that were suggested the most. Then I eliminated the ones that really weren't similar to Katana Zero and reached a list of 3. I tried each game and found some really interesting points about them, so you can just watch this video before buying one of these. And relax, Hotline Miami is not included here as I'm not stupid. But before that, hello everyone, my name is OldSoul and I look at games from an artistic point of view. This channel marks my grave.
But you may rest here too, if you like.
Also, I would appreciate it if you hit the like button and share it with your friends. Well, of course, there are lots of ways to compare the similarities of two games. For instance, if I consider the neo-noir theme, The Wolf Among Us would be a nominee. But these two games have nothing in common, so I decided to go with the gameplay here. Your first suggestion was Not a Hero. Not a Hero is a platformer game about a politician who's running for mayor and wants to eradicate criminal organizations, thus increasing the votes in his favor. This is it. That's the whole story. Well, I didn't finish the game, so if something else happens along the way, like I don't know, a shocking twist, I'm not aware of it. If you have watched my other videos, you know that when criticizing a game, I become too generous. I always try to find pros and compliment about the games I review, sort of a positive approach. Not a Hero sets the record for being the first game I absolutely resent, and I want to talk about how bad it is. Not a Hero sacrificed any form of story and plot in order to focus on the gameplay, but in my opinion, it failed there too. This is a cover system shooter with fluid movement system and a variety of cool weapons. Every mission starts with someone dropping you on the rooftop of a building and you can approach the mission in any way you like. With all that said, it still fails to deliver an enjoyable gameplay. The reason is, the game lacks any form of balance. We only have 5 health, which is very low for this level of difficulty, but it gets regenerated over time. The combination of the health regeneration and the impossibility of not getting hit results in an imbalance. We enter a room, fight a few people and we get shot, so we have to wait a moment for our health to get refilled. That breaks the tension. Nothing forces us to be fast, to get good, which is necessary for these types of games. So we can just keep waiting in every corner. That results in us losing our edge, and the magic is gone. We'll get hit again easily, we'll hide, the cycle repeats. Now don't you dare saying skill issue. I have beaten Dead Cell's 5th stem cell, so no, I don't suck, the game sucks. Also, the movement system isn't great either. At best it's clunky, sometimes it just doesn't make any sense. For instance, how on earth should I make this jump? But let's name a few things I liked about the game, so it won't be all negativity. Not a Hero has a good comedy. It's quirky, but good. I also like the characters and the voice actors, especially this lady has a cute accent.
Righto, let's go!
The art design of the game is also somewhat good. Not a breathtaking design, but good. I don't really recommend Not a Hero, especially as a Katana Zero alternative, and I give it 5 out of 10. As for your second suggestion, drumroll please. Fury with an I. The moment I decided it's not possible to tolerate Not a Hero anymore, I went to Fury with lots of hopes. Well, this one actually shocked me at first. With this amazing intro, who wouldn't?
I hear thunder. Pitter patter. Time to wake up.
I will keep on killing you. Again and again. I am your future. An eternity of slow, painful deaths.
Of course, it didn't last long, as I saw the graphics and I was shocked again, but in a different way. Like in a what did I just saw way. This terrible art design reminded me of Berserk anime adaptation in 2016. I was so angry with the subreddit and lost all my hope in humanity. But I guess some indie games are just like this. They have to sacrifice something for the sake of something else. Well, this one is a different story than Not a Hero. After this horrendous fixed camera walk with terrible movement control, we reach the first enemy, the jailer. So the whole game is like this. We have to just 1v1 powerful bosses. After a couple of minutes, Fury grew on me. Turns out it was a good sacrifice, because the fights are awesome. So let's talk gameplay. Fury is a fast-paced and difficult game with essences of hack and slash, shoot 'em up, and quick time events. There are lots of combat mechanics to learn and you have to learn them at the very beginning. You have a sword and a gun, both of them have a simple attack and a charged attack. You can block, dodge, parry, and every single one of these set a new reaction from your enemy. so no trick can be pulled twice. The fights consist of two parts. The first one is your everyday shoot 'em up system. You can also use your sword there, but it's not easy. If you manage to tank the enemy's health bar, a close combat system begins in which you can only use your sword and you have to resort to dodging and parrying to defeat the boss. Every boss has 5, 6 or 7 phases, but no worries because after defeating them in each phase, your health bar gets refilled. Fury still sucks in terms of art design, but I really like the combat system. The only problem with it is that you have to learn so many things at the beginning, so there's no learning curve. But if you manage to get past the first boss, then you're in for a treat. Also, I like the dialogues of this bunny-faced man. The game is about a man who has been tortured to death his whole life. Someone set him loose and now he has to fight his way to freedom. The narrative works okay, except this fixed camera box which is the real torture. I suggest Fury to anyone who doesn't care about graphics and enjoys difficult games. But remember, it really isn't a Katana Zero alternative, so go to it with a free mind. 7 out of 10. The last suggestion... Okay, stop. I have to be honest. I wanted to keep going with your suggestions for the third one, but some of them were really off, so I had to Thanos up and say,
Fine. I'll do it myself.
So the last game is... Black Future 88 is about a tower named Skymelt. In year 1988, the architect of the tower started nuking the world and blacked out the sky, so the ones who survived stopped counting the years. Now every year is 1988. We control 5 characters and our goal is to reach the top of the tower. We have 18 minutes to do so before our heart explodes. The game won't explain anything further than that, so let's talk gameplay. Black Future 88 is a roguelike shooter with a vast variety of guns, swords and grenades. There are also some power-ups named buff which you can have 3 of them. Every time you die, depending on how far you proceeded, you unlock more buffs and guns. Each room has a unique design and the goal is to always go upwards. You can dash through the bullets or break them with your sword. Black Future is insanely difficult. Well, it has to be, because the gameplay is basically 18 minutes, but it takes you 10 hours to be able to survive that time. This countdown is exactly what Not a Hero lacks. Something to push you forward. You won't gain anything by waiting, so you won't lose your edge. You're constantly fighting, shooting, slashing and dashing. Furthermore, if anything drops and you're too late to pick it up, Skymelt would absorb it to level up itself. There are 4 boss fights for every 3 rooms. They come in a random order. Of course, if you manage to beat them all, there's a 5th boss, the architect of the Skymelt. This is the only game of this list that I really like its art design. It's pure beauty. The combination of pixel art which is employed to the characters alongside the ambient colors of the background is eye-catching. Black Future is not a cyberpunk. It doesn't have the elements, but Skymelt's design is definitely inspired by it. With all these dazzling colors and flashes, you might even experience a little nausea or headache, so I don't recommend playing it for a long time, but it's definitely one of my suggestions. Before rating it, I want to say that it also has an amazing OST which you've been hearing it in the background for a minute now. If you choose this character, it really feels like Katana Zero, so I'd say it's a good alternative. 8 out of 10. If you enjoyed, please consider subscribing and hitting the like button. Thank you, and as always,
be safe, friend. Don't you dare go hollow.